Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Cora Towers Films.
Doug 218, what is up, buddy?
We are live and we are recapping Big Brother Canada season number 9, week number 9.
Dun dun dun.
And it was a rather interesting week because if you guys remember, Tara had gone out in the fake double eviction and fought her way back in, beating Jed. Now, Jed is on his way to the jury house, probably, be there by now. And she came back in. And so it started out with them in the living room.
Yeah.
And them being told that it was a fake double eviction. And so they were not that happy.
No.
However, they got to see part of the HOH, or part of the battle back, part of it. And we saw the rest of it on last Monday. And basically, they were convinced it was going to be Jed who was going to make his way in. And it actually looked for a long time that it was going to be Jed.
Well, it was such a back and forth.
Well, because the actual competition was, it was like this ramp. And they had to roll these 3 balls up to the top of the ramp. And the balls had to stay on the top of the ramp and not go off the edge. And so for a while, it looked like Jed got 2. And that's when they kept the feet to the house. So they were so convinced Jed was going to win it. We actually thought for a while it was going to be Jed. And it was back and forth. Back and forth. It was quite the battle between both of them.
Oh, for sure.
But in the end, Tara actually got away back in the house. So
she
good
did.
job, Tara.
Well done. So as the screen rolls up to the outside, and she walks in.
They're like, no way!
And you saw Beth go. She was excited to the heavens, and she crashed to the earth.
No, you could see because they were so convinced it was going to be Jed.
Yeah, and she was hoping. She had fingers crossed.
Right. And then, of course, oh no, I hate her. She didn't say it too bad, but she walked away and went to the Expedia room. She's like, I hate her. I hate her.
They're all fake. They're all this. They're all that.
Hello. You've been pretty fake this whole time.
Pot, kettle. Which one are you?
Exactly.
You know?
So they're actually surprised she won.
Yeah.
Ray, Tara.
Yeah. And so Tara's like, okay, y'all voted me out, so I don't trust any of y'all now. Yeah. So, but I need to work with you.
Right. Well, she didn't say that, but she told us.
Yeah, in the diary room.
It's true. You do still kind of have to work together. I mean, you still have a few weeks left in the game. Actually, it's 1 week left. But
I know, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
This coming week. So the next time we recap it for you, they will have a winner. So
yes,
it ends on Thursday. So if you can watch it, make sure you do. So she actually did ask him a few times. Asked like Kiefer and Braden, especially Braden, because they were kind of supposed to be working together. Why'd you vote me out? Over
exactly.
Beth? And their explanation for voting her out was that she had to take a resume than Beth, technically, because, she got Jed out, was arguably the biggest eviction of the season, and then she had won POV and that, and then now she got battle back. So, I mean, she's got a pretty impressive resume at this point, really. And they thought over Beth, she would be more likely to win because, I mean, it's true. Like, if you've been watching it, I think most people believe the Beth's kind of been dragged along a little bit.
She's floated with delusions of grandeur. That's what she is.
Well, she's kind of like, she's not floating, but she, like, how she likes to put it is how she likes to take, right, floating to the end kind of thing. In a way, in that sense. Well, yeah, because that's what we see. Like, I don't see her making huge moves on her own. Really?
No.
I haven't. And I don't watch the feeds constantly, but most of the time, and it's strategy. It's mostly Kiefer, Ty, and Jed that were doing the strategy. So,
but also,
anyway,
like the boys told Tara to her face, we thought you were the better,
the stronger
comp piece. But like what they say in the diary room, this was Ty's HOH. This is what he wanted. So
and they actually did say that was what Ty wanted. And like they said, that's what they've been doing. That's how they've been voting since day one anyway. Whatever the HOH wanted, that's what they voted for. Including when Tara wanted Jet out. They voted how they wanted, they voted Jet out. So, basically.
And so she, that was kind of a bitter pill to swallow. You could see that, but she's a motivated lady, and so it goes into the HOH. And it's kind of like a casino theme, and they had to bet on themselves. It was question and answers. And you had to bet somebody.
It was kind of like if they were playing poker in a way. They had like these chips, and then they had to bet up to however many to all of them, all the chips they had, if they wanted to, on if they got the answer right, basically from portions of speeches or something like that. Yeah.
And it came down to that.
Well, they actually ended up. Well, at one point, Braden was actually doing very well. He was actually in the lead. He didn't lose too many chips.
No.
And Beth was playing it fairly conservatively, so she had quite a few chips. But she's like, I'm not going to win this unless you go for broke. There's like maybe one question left, so why not bet them all? Anyway, you're either going to win or you're going to lose. Either way.
Go big or go home.
So she bet all her chips, and Braden maybe about half of them.
Yeah.
So what was interesting is it came down to a tie. They both got 20 chips. So I was like, what? So it came down to like a tiebreaker question.
Yeah.
And I forget what it was, something like in minutes or something. And they had to write it down.
As they do with all the tiebreakers on the chalkboard.
Etch-a-sketch chalkboard. It is an Etch-a-sketch chalkboard.
That's true. It does look like an Etch-a-sketch.
And and Braden actually won it.
He had it to the
right. He had it exactly. He had the exact number. It was like 122, and it was exactly. He was shocked.
And he's like,
exact.
Yes.
Yeah. His first HOH.
His first HOH. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Let's remember he won POV the previous week.
So. He's, let's call it what it is. Braden's a late bloomer.
Yeah. Well, he's 5 of them. There's 5 of them left.
Yeah. So now they're all kind of wondering, okay, what's going to happen?
Well, he kind of more or less has said this. His man Ty's not going to touch the block.
Yeah.
He has said this. Now, what's interesting is Ty's been kind of making some inroads with Bray. He's been like massaging his shoulders and then like cuddling in bed and hanging out with them and all that kind of stuff, which is interesting. I don't know if he did that too much to the beginning of the game, but he has been since Austin left and stuff like that. So they supposedly had made a final 2 deal. Now, whether or not that's a true deal, Ty says it is, and he picked Braden because he believes he can beat him.
Yeah.
He probably could. I mean, I like Braden, but I don't think he really has done enough to win this game, especially over Ty. Really, anybody who's left in the game, most of them have done more than Braden has, really. So I think that's why. And really, if they bet any of them could probably beat Bryce. Let's face it. But so he's saying, my man Ty's not going to touch block. Well, that's going to cut you down to either Kiefer, Beth, and Tara. So which combination are you going to put up? Well, he pretty much early on figured that Beth was going to be his target.
Yeah. She's tried to take me out a couple times. So he's more or less going to try and smoke her.
And he didn't like kind of how she is with how she deals with things, how she talks about things, and how she's dealt with him. Because in a sense, a lot of times she can be somewhat condescending. Like if you've watched the show, you've seen it. She can kind of be condescending. Like almost like, oh, I've done this and I've done this. And Braden more or less said this when he was talking like Kiefer on that.
Yeah.
That, she seems to think she's kind of the ringleader and that she's kind of made most of the deals, and she's got the trio where they are, and that's really not the
No,
case.
no.
You know, because really, Jed and Ty, I think, have done more because they really had the personal skills.
Yeah.
They've won
Of
challenges and all that.
Yeah.
Than really Beth did. So I think that kind of rubbed them the wrong way. I don't kind of blame her for that, you know.
And she's very fatalistic. It's you and me or it's nothing.
Yeah. Well, she basically said that, I'll take you. No one else is going to take you, Bray.
Yeah.
Nobody else will take you, and of course, it's just listening. I mean,
For
she
sure,
wants to hear what she has to say.
Yeah.
No one else is going to take you and all this kind of stuff, Of course, she said the exact same thing later on to Ty as well.
Yeah. So
no one else is going to take you.
and so she
surprised she hasn't said to keep her yet. No one else can take
she
you.
might have.
She might have. I don't know. We didn't see it on the show.
But she takes everybody, and like Kiefer and Ty, and she's like, why is all the blood and all this on?
Well, that's later on after, because he does end up nominating Beth and Tara.
And Tara's
he did tell her he was going to nominate her, and Tara's like, why? Why me? Why not Kiefer? Kiefer, I don't think, ever touched the block, has he? Oh, yes, maybe he has. Maybe Ty has not. So Ty's why not Ty? Why not put Ty up?
Yeah.
And he's all, my man, Ty's not touched. But why not? They still control the votes. Exactly. No matter who goes up, that's not necessarily going to say he's going to go home.
No.
And plus, you have POV. So, but no, he put up Tara and Beth. A repeat of last week.
It was so nice they did it twice. And so, like we were going to say, she pulls Ty and Kiefer in. She's like, how come I'm catching the stink and all the blood's on my hand? You were involved and you were involved.
What happened to Jed?
With Jed. And they're like,
she had actually a few arguments specifically with Ty.
Yeah. Like, she tried to nail Ty to the tree more than once. Because then more or less spin it like, you were just as dirty as I am with this. And he's like, you know what? I knew where I stood with the three of us.
Yeah.
I knew
I was on the bottom of the three.
Yeah. I had a final two with him, but once you came in, I shifted to the third wheel.
Right.
So I needed to do this and put myself in a position where I could make a big game decision.
Right. Well, and plus he had a point.
Of course.
He said you could have thrown him a vote.
Yeah, but you didn't.
But you didn't. You still voted against him. So, I mean, not to say that it would have saved him, but even just for jury management, you could have given him a vote, and you didn't do that. So you can't come after us for your own decision.
Yeah.
You knew what they were very honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't like she was blindsided. She knew Tara wanted Jed out. She knew Ty and Kiefer both said to her that that's how they're going to vote because it was better for their game.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, well, that's not really how it went down.
No, you having an attack of conscience, that's on you.
Right.
And trying to spin it that, it wasn't just me.
Right.
It was you and you. Well, sorry, sweetheart, you made the choice. Like Ty said, you could have thrown him a pity vote.
Right.
You could have.
Right.
He would have still gone.
Yeah. He still would have gone, but at least you would have made you use your conscience somewhat by voting for him.
Yeah. So.
But, there was actually several conversations like that, specifically with Ty. She seemed to be more upset with Ty than Kiefer on this, which is interesting, but because that's who she kept, maybe because there's the three of them that were the tightest.
Yeah.
Because it's a trio, so maybe that's why. But she seemed to go after Ty a few times with that, but,
Well, because I guess, I don't know.
He wasn't the only one involved in that, but I think because there's the three of them, so she kind of felt maybe the worst about Ty. And that she couldn't convince him to keep Jed, but I mean, it's true. I mean, like you said, none of us would win against him anyway. So why am I going to keep him so that he can win?
I didn't come for second place.
No,
I came to win.
And you got to make big moves, especially at this point in the
game. And you know what, Kiefer has said the same thing as well.
Yeah.
I didn't come. Yeah, second place.
I came to win.
It's okay, but I came to win.
I came to win. Yeah. So the only way to do that, you got to eliminate those that can beat
exactly.
You. And that's what he was doing.
So, so
that's how you play the game. That's signing up.
So check yourself.
So we went into POV, which was basically kind of like a pinball inspired game. It was like on a big slant, looked like a giant pinball machine, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like a game. If you ever watch Survivor, they've done similar to this. So where they have multiple balls.
Yes.
And they drop it in, and it bounces back and forth all the way down to the end. And then they have to get down and grab the ball and start the process over again. Then when lights flash on the pinball machine, they have to add another ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to keep this going until one person's left. So if it drops, you're out of the game.
Yeah.
So they start off well. Yeah. You're on one ball.
And you could kind of figure out your rhythm, how long it takes to get down, how long it might take to
one ball,
on one ball.
You get more balls going.
And just when everyone's starting to get the rhythm of it, and then bing, 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 light starts flashing.
Okay.
Second ball. I kind of giggled. I'm a big guy myself, and to see Kiefer's like, I'm not built for this, because he's got to run up the stairs.
Well, because like he said at one point, he had the ball too quick. He panicked, so he had the ball too quickly, the second ball too quickly.
So he had to book.
And so you can't wait down there. You have to take one ball and run it up, drop down, then run back down. So it was very close. So yeah, he realized he dropped the ball too soon. Yeah. But what's interesting is Tara was out first.
Yeah.
Because she also panicked and put her balls too close together. So she didn't have the time to come back down and grab the next ball.
Yeah.
So she was out first.
So, like you said, Tara was out first.
And then Kiefer not long after her. So it was down to Beth, Ty, right?
And Beth, in a moment, she lost concentration.
Because she was actually doing well. She was timing it. And then, of course, because they're dropping, and then she starts to panic.
Yeah.
And she also ended up doing the same problem with the balls are too close together.
Exactly.
So she dropped one. So she wasn't too happy with herself.
And she's kind of like, just, dang it.
So then it was down to Ty and Bray.
And so, like, Braden's like, hey, maybe I got a chance to win this thing.
Yeah.
And Ty's like, oh, shoot. Like, okay, now I really got to get serious here.
Well, because now they got like 3 balls going.
And Ty fell victim to like what the other previous 3 did. He lost a moment of concentration. Bang. Braden won.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Braden won.
And
so he not only got HOH, he got POV this week.
So he's got quite a little resume he's built for himself.
He got POV, HOH, and now POV again.
So, they're like, they kind of pitched a little bit,
Yeah, of course, girls are campaigning, right?
Yeah,
to have them take them off, kind of thing. And Beth says, again, no one's gonna take you. Take me off. We can work together. Go to final 2.
You and me, buddy.
I was planning to take you, so it's gonna be you and me. Remember, we can work together closely throughout this whole game.
And what I loved in the diary room, he's like, "Girl," and just that look, that was perfect. That girl, and so like he never really committed to either one.
I think he considered. I don't think he considered really Beth because that's his target, but he did consider, I think, Tara, what she was saying to him.
Yeah.
And like even Beth, like she said he said she had some good points.
Yeah.
What she was saying, but I think Tara got a better points in a way.
Of course.
And he thought about it. But I think the thought was either I think she was pushing more for Ty than Kiefer. I'm not really sure why nobody's pushing Kiefer at this point.
Yeah,
But it doesn't really make sense.
That's something we kind of talked about. Like,
yeah.
Like, this dude has got quite the resume, and none of y'all are wanting to smoke him close to the end.
I don't really get that.
I think he's kind of like Dr. Will, man.
Yeah, well, although he has won, and if you remember, Dr. Will won nothing, and he still won. But it was the power of his gameplay, that got him to the end. So, and that's kind of like Kiefer, although Kiefer has won, but he does. I mean, where the thing is, Kiefer has lied. I mean, but he is pretty honest as well. So he's played a fairly well-rounded game all around.
For sure.
So, but it's funny how nobody brought his name up as replacement really this week that I remember seeing anyway.
So we get to the POV ceremony.
Right. So Brayden did not use the POV.
So Beth, she has one of her classic meltdowns, and sorry, you got to realize the writing's on the wall, Well,
I think she knew she was the target, but I find I think she's thinking, because she thought she was running the game kind of thing from day one in a way. And I think she's realizing that maybe, they don't see it that way. Yeah. Or else why would they get rid of you? Although she could take it, they think you're a bigger threat. Maybe. But I guess she is in a way, but I think they're leaving a much, much, much bigger threat in the house.
Yeah,
really. So
let's be honest, the little native boy from,
Yeah. Let's face it, he's got a very good chance to win if he makes it to the end. So.
He's really gonna have to up his game. He's got a dang good resume.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not really peed off a lot of people.
No.
Oh, Jed's kind of a bitter juror, but
yeah, but Kiefer's not the one who put him up.
No, but Kiefer helped orchestrate that, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, see, in this sense, that was kind of silly on Tara's part to say that was all Kiefer's idea.
Yeah,
because she's handing away her only thing that's giving her a resume in this game and saying it was Kiefer's idea.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? Why would you not take control of that and say, you know what, you've gone after me multiple times already, and I know you'll do it again. So I had to take you out before I got taken out, or finally. You did several shots at me, so this is my shot at you, and mine just landed.
Mine landed.
So why would you say this was Kiefer's idea? You're handing away the biggest movie ever made and giving it to someone else as credit.
Exactly.
I mean, technically, it kind of was. I mean. Oh, not really. I mean, it was her idea to get rid of Jed, but it was Kiefer's idea to get Jed to take Beth off, which enabled them to be able to do it in the first place.
Exactly.
Exactly. So anyway, he didn't use the POV, so Beth and Tara were still on the block.
So we come to eviction, and the dice fell as they were going to. Beth went out the door.
Beth got evicted.
And then the goodbye messages were.
We wouldn't see all of them. we didn't get to see Tara.
No,
but they were nice. They more or less said, that
you gotta go.
You gotta go. Basically, it's your time, really.
Exactly.
So, I mean, not real surprised. They weren't mean or anything. It's just the truth. It's just the truth of the matter, basically.
It's everyone's time come, and this is yours.
Right.
So we get into the
next HOH.
HOH.
Which was not shown fully on that episode. But, spoilers.
We gonna tell them?
Of course.
Okay.
Sean has one HOH. So, it'll be interesting to see. What will he do?
Decisions.
Well, you're kind of running out of people to nominate. Yeah. And if he falls what Brayden did, he probably won't nominate Brayden unless he has to. So that kind of only leaves
Kiefer and Tara
to put up. So we'll see.
So what'd you think of the week?
It was interesting. I don't think it was a big surprise that they got rid of Beth. Really, I mean, I figured they were gonna nominate the girls. One of them, like Tara and Beth.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody seems to be thinking of Kiefer. Well, now they kind of have to because not very many people left.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not really a shock. So it wasn't really. Yeah, I kind of expected Beth to react the way she did.
Oh, for sure.
They also won a barbecue this week, by the way. There's another extra challenge that they did. They won a barbecue. Out in the like hot tub area. So that was nice to see them have some fun. But yeah, it was an interesting week, but not really surprising.
No. Things finally played out how it had to play out.
Yeah.
Beth, let's be honest, in my feeling, Beth was living on borrowed time for once Jed went.
Yeah, they were gonna cut her.
They were gonna cut her. Do I think she could have campaigned better? Sure.
She campaigned okay, but I think it was almost like she's played the game, almost like, well, you need to do this, or you need to do that, or I'm gonna take, or nobody else is gonna take you. It's almost like that. You have no other friends but me, kind of thing. Almost like a bully will do.
Well, that's it.
Kind of thing that comes across that way, where a bully will say, "Well, you don't have anyone else but me, so if you don't follow along with me, I'm gonna make sure your life's miserable." Almost kind of thing. That's kind of how it came across, well, And I mean, none of them left. Cared about that, so
the bully got smoked.
Yeah.
So
it was interesting, but we're going into the finale week now, so
it's going to be interesting how it plays out now.
Yeah.
You got some big characters in still.
Well, personally, I think that the one who has the best shot at winning, if they're still there, is Kiefer.
Yes.
Because I think he's done the most
out
of them. Next, probably actually Tara, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because
I would agree with that.
Because she's had to fight.
Sure.
Pretty much from day one. She's been on the wrong side of the line.
Oh, for sure.
And she's been actually targeted multiple times.
Yes.
So, and then plus once her biggest ally Tina went out of the house, she's basically having to fight. She got out, she fought back in. She went up again and tried to block again. So, I mean, I don't know. I think Kiefer probably number one is the best, and then Tara.
For sure.
And then Tishon. So,
yeah.
And then Brayden. But we'll see how it comes down. It really depends on who survives up to the final HOH. And then even who gets the final HOH, which we won't know until Thursday.
So, and what's great, I will actually be here to actually see it live.
Yeah, I usually have to watch it tape. So
it'll be kind of nice to be able to see it live. So
the finale.
Can't wait to do the finale episode.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and hope you guys will come and join us for the finale episode. That's next week, or watch it live when it airs on TV. But thank you very much for joining us today. If you like the show, give the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when you go live. Just one more time for Big Brother Canada, and that's next week. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you have a good week. And we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye.